name is Lieutenant Kirk Klein from Athens Fire Department. I want to talk to you a little bit this afternoon about a rescue equipment, commonly known as the Jaws of Life. What we have on this truck, which is our lead engine out of our headquarters department, are some hydraulic powered tools. I'm going to have you in a little bit, I'm going to have a couple other firefighters, newer firefighters, Austin and Jake, talk about some of the new equipment we have that we just got with our new pumper, and we'll talk about the differences between those two. So when I started with the department 21 years ago, hydraulic tools was the standard. Huge improvement to what they had years ago. Did a really good job of cutting and spreading. Cars these days are made much differently than they used to be. There's a lot of carbon steel around the compartment where you ride, the passenger compartment. There's a lot of reinforced construction that acts as a cage that keeps you safe. So years ago, cars weren't really made that way. They were made out of a lot of heavy steel all over the car, had a continuous frame instead of a unibody. And we used to use cutters a lot years ago to actually cut that steel away. Now what they do anymore is we're taught to use spreaders. So we use that structural integrity of that steel and leave it intact, and we try to separate and push that steel back to its original position to create a space to get somebody out of a car. So some of the drawbacks to this older equipment, as you can see, is they're powered by hydraulic hoses, which is attached to a reel. Now there's 100 foot of hose on this reel, which allows us to get 75 feet away from the truck to an auto accident, which is a great improvement, like I said, to what it was years ago, but it has lots of limitations. I think any of you that's ever had an extension cord that's 100 feet long knows it gets caught on everything. Very limited. We have to have the truck close to where we're operating. I think, as you all know, maybe a week or so ago down in Texas, they had this big 100-car pileup. I'm sure that the rescue teams, if they had hose-operated hydraulic tools, had a difficult time getting those tools into where they need. Some of the new tools we have now that Jake and Austin is going to talk about in a minute are battery-operated and more portable. But what we had back then and what we still use today, and it's still very effective, just a little bit different method of going to it, are these hydraulic cutters. So these will cut with hundreds of thousands of pounds of force. The post that comes down beside your car, and down in your car beside your windshield and your door is called the A-post. That's what we typically refer to that in a rescue situation. These are designed to cut that right off, cut through rocker panels, cut seats, brackets and stuff right off. But once again, like I said before, we're attached with a hose. So this pigtail coming out of the back sometimes would be difficult to get maneuvered in to make the cuts just right. And these tools are fairly heavy. I guess I really don't know an exact weight of this, but we're 50 pounds at least on this tool for sure. One of the other tools we have on this truck is a hydraulic spreader. Which is even heavier. Like I said, once again, we're attached with the hose. There's a hydraulic pump here on the truck that actually operates it, runs off the generator on the truck, which runs the pump, gives me the pressure. I have a valve control body here on the back that opens these jaws, and they're really powerful at spreading. They're not very good at compressing, but they're very good at spreading. These will open up to close to 30 inches in width. This is what we use primarily for rescues on the moderate cars that we have today. So we're going to turn it over to Austin and Jake, and they're going to show you our new battery operated tools and talk about some of the benefits of those.
Afternoon, I'm firefighter Jake Gray. I'm here to show you our new Genesis tools we got for our new engine 1005. We got these with a grant. The total tool cost for all these tools and batteries was about $36,000. The grant we got paid for 75% of that, so that was a big chunk. So some of the advantages to the battery operated tools are you're not married to the truck. So if you have a large accident that's way down over a hill, instead of trying to pull the hose over the hill, trying to go over the guardrail, caught on trees, you can literally just grab this. Say I want to take these cutters. You can literally just grab it, push a button, and it's ready to go. Battery operated tools, they're pretty lightweight. So if you have to go into an industrial setting, big box store. A lot of the OU buildings we go into. If you need to use any of these tools in there, you can just carry them right in. You're not trying to fight hose, add hose. So we keep a battery in each tool so they're ready, and then we have extra batteries on the truck that are hooked to chargers, constantly charging. So typically you can do at least one extrication with one battery life. Now if we have a very large accident, very large scene, it's going to be real time consuming. We have this adapter here. You can actually hook up into 110 and then hook this, take the battery out, and you hook it in just like it's a battery, and then you can run off 110 for however long you need. And then we just turn the generator on the truck and it's got full power. So now to talk about each tool and how it's used, introduce Firefighter Austin here.
My name is Firefighter Austin Smith, and we'll talk to you about tools and their functions. So this first tool we have here is obviously the cutters. Lieutenant Klein kind of talked about those earlier. We use them mostly for cutting the posts out of the car, cutting door latches off of the cars, and also hoods. And as Jake said, it's just a push of a button, and they turn on every single one of them with just a push of a button. Our spreaders we used to basically spread the car from around you. Use it to lift the dash up to get legs trapped from underneath the dash. We can use it on industrial accidents as well. The small spreader right here, the strong arm, has a variety of different attachments. It has spreader tips and cutting tips as well. And the tips that we have on currently are the rabbit tips, which we can use to get into a metal door, elevator door, something like that to open them up. The final tool we have here is the spreading ram. It does essentially the same job as the spreaders, but you get more of a spread, about 30 inches or so of spread, enough to push the metal away from you, open a door, lift a dash, and move the seat back. So those are the tools and their basic functions. So in closing, we just want to thank you guys for watching our video and letting us explain our new tools versus our old tools, and allowing us to demonstrate some of the new technology we have to better serve the community of Athens.
If anybody has any questions, feel free to contact the Athens Fire Department at 740-592-3301.